Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all for your role in delivering professional development to our wonderful teachers at our school sites this year. Your role is important in improving our teachers, and that improvement is extremely impactful for our students and our classrooms. We as a district thank you for sharing your experience and expertise with our teachers in these professional development sessions. As a district, we treat professional development with the utmost importance as we invest a lot of resources as well as time in planning and preparing. We also want to make sure that you have the tools that will allow you to have a successful professional development day. With that in mind, you want to understand that while you are teaching, this will be a different environment and we will require different strategies. It's important to understand that children and adults have different preferences when it comes to learning. The purpose of this video is to provide a resource that will allow you to better understand how adults prefer to learn. We'll also answer the question, what is andragogy and its characteristics, and what are andragogical principles? I will also provide andragogy-based strategy and things to keep in mind when you are delivering professional development. The first thing to understand prior to creating professional development is understanding that children and adults learn differently. And it's important to understand both in the event you are teaching either. Andragogy is the term used for how adults learn, and pedagogy is the term for how children learn. Steve Graham of Cornell University characterizes andragogy as the means of understanding the science and practice of adult learning. This contrasts to pedagogy, which is the understanding of the science and practice of children learning. Malcolm Knowles is the psychologist most associated with andragogy, and he had 5 principles about the characteristics of adult learners. And these assumptions are as follows. The learning is self-directed. That's to say, as you are teaching, keep in mind that adults are there for a reason, and it can be for a number of reasons. It could be that it fits their learning style. Adults do have an understanding of how they learn best, as well as what their strengths and weaknesses are. The learning is experimental and utilizes background knowledge. Use your adult learners' life experiences to be an asset and resource to the class. Remember, these are not new teachers. Some of them are very experienced, and they will expect you to listen to them and use their background experience. The learning needs to be relevant to the current roles. Adults need to be taught new information that is relevant to what they do. What they are learning needs to be applicable right now. This can mean your site is struggling with classroom management because students are being difficult, or they need to learn intervention strategies for students with low reading levels. Whatever the need may be, our focus should be on skills that are applicable right now. The instruction is problem-centered. Adults do want to learn skills that do not apply or are non-applicable. The quality of the instruction is more important than the topic coverage. You must make it digestible for adults, Peterson 2019. Peterson also noted that students are motivated to learn. Children are motivated by fear or positive reinforcements. Adults are motivated by what they need to learn or motivated in the information has a purpose. So for adults, they want to know the why and where. How am I going to use this? Why am I going to use this? Where am I going to use this? Does this make me better? And then students are motivated to learn. Children are motivated by fear. Our rationale for applying these andragogical principles when designing PD programs for teachers, understanding and applying these principles can lead to more meaningful learning experiences, greater teacher engagement, and improved outcomes for students. These very strong practices that engaging adult learners delivering a wow-worthy presentation suggest you should consider for creating and delivering effective engagement learning experiences are as follows. Delivery formats. There's a wide range to choose from. Select one that best suits your audience. Openers, norms, resistance, closing activities. Just like we're supposed to do with our regular students in our regular classrooms, it's also important to set a good tone and vibe and have the class getting to get gel and comfortable with each other will make you a success. Facilitation strategies. Stay positive in your facilitation strategies and stay away from the negative. Get a feel for your students and choose the facilitation strategies that best suits their needs and keeps the learners engaged. When presenting, please be mindful of unconscious bias you may have or your class may have. Recognize that you may not recognize the bias. It's important to understand that. These can be towards gender, culture, or even race. By doing things like creating barriers to understanding, reducing engagement, potentially alienating student groups, you have a negative impact in your classroom or your professional development session. Some strategies you may want to consider prior to professional development sessions are to embrace discomfort, spend time with people who are not like yourself, and apply intercultural communication techniques. And also just be mindful you may be biased, just not realizing it. And then as you go to these sessions, as you're teaching our teachers, do your best, follow the guidance that was laid in this video. You have our full faith in your ability to have successful professional development.